This message is brought to you by Apple Card, Shave Ice by the beach, a trip to the state fair, and a throwback flick at the local drive-in. They're more than just items to check off the summer bucket list. They're also opportunities to earn 2% daily cash back when you use your Apple Card with Apple Pay. Apply for Apple Card now and use in minutes with Apple Pay. Subject to credit approval. Apple Card is issued by Goldman Sachs Bank USA, Salt Lake City branch. Terms and more at applecard.com.
Low energy, unfocused, foggy? You might be dehydrated. Whether it's hot yoga, over 100-degree weather, or too much sun. Gator Light, with a specialized blend of 5 electrolytes, was scientifically designed to help move fluids into the body faster for rapid rehydration. Shop now at retailers nationwide. Gator Light hydrates faster than water. Is it in you? Symptoms noted are signs of mild to moderate dehydration. Consult a healthcare professional if symptoms persist.
AI is moving fast across the enterprise. But without visibility, it's just chaos. Different tools, different models, different teams using AI in completely different ways. ServiceNow turns that chaos into control. With the AI Control Tower, you see all your AI across the business in one place. What it's doing, what it's done, and what it's about to do. So you stay in control. To put AI to work for people, visit servicenow.com.
From the Fifth Quarter Studios in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to Coach Unplugged. And now, your host, Steve Collins.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Coach Unplugged. I'm so happy you decided to join us. Before we jump in, I don't do this every week, but I would love if you went over, left a review, left a comment. I listen to all of those. Give me some topics. Send over to steve@teachhoops.com. What kind of topics do you want to hear? But before we jump into today's topic, I'd like to give a big shout out to our two sponsors. First of all, Dr. Dish, the #1 shooting machine on the market. I've tried them all, and this is not only how innovative they are, but the workouts and what I love about Dr. Dish is they give back to the community. If you follow them on Facebook, if you follow them on Twitter, they're always giving back to the basketball community. And you mentioned Coach Unplugged, they'll give you $450 off. Also, go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. It is a one-stop shop for basketball coaches. It's resources, it's handouts, it's videos, it's one-on-one calls, it's office hours. It's a coach. It's a resource run by a coach for a coach. It's not an ex-coach, not someone that's been let go, not someone that's coaching part-time. This is what I do. And Teach Hoops helps me keep the bills on. He helps me put up these podcasts, 13 podcasts a week. Teach Hoops helps me be able to do that. And it's a roadmap for you to be successful. And let me help you in this great journey that we call coaching. But let's head off to the podcast.
What he did and what I emulated is basically, okay, a little bit of talk about what happened and what we need to work on.
Right.
What's good, where we're advancing, where we need to work on. Then I do habit drills. So, habits. So anything I need to work on, my rebounding, my boxing, tagging out, my dribble. I really want people who, when we dribble at one of our actions, if somebody dribbles at you, you don't stand still, right? It's either a handoff or a back cut. It's one of the two.
Yep.
You're not pylons there. So we try to get that habit. So that way in the game, when I see something and I can tell, hey, Petey, he's dribbling at you, what you're supposed to do, right? I can yell that. He can remember right on the court. So it's amazing what happens when you do a back cut at this age level. It's insane.
It's like you look like LeBron or Kobe. I know. It's like Giannis. I know.
It gets a lot of oohs and ahs.
Yes.
But other things, like anything that I think need to be habits to kind of form, both for that season and future seasons, I'm trying to build those habits. Then I move into defense, and I spend a little bit of time talking about, okay, what do you need to do position wise, and kind of trimming things up, outside of that. So because that's coordination, that's team coordination, right?
Right.
Talking, communication, spending time, just encouraging them to develop that. Offense, and it's mostly simple stuff like, okay, how many, I want to run a 0 offense or 1 offense or 2 offense, and 0 is how many kids are inside the 3-point line. 0 is like a 5 out.
Right.
1 is 4-1. 2 is horns. And it just depends on my personnel and if they're good at spacing.
I think it depends on personnel and age, especially offensively. It's just the developmental. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And as I get older, I give them more spots to try. Especially as we develop further in the series, the systems, further in the season, I will add more spots and more actions. So I start with something simple.
One of the big things for me for youth too is don't make the tall kid necessarily the you don't know when they're 9 who's gonna, like, you can look at their parents, but you really don't know. Like,
no,
everybody should be, don't pigeonhole them is basically what I'm saying at that point.
My bigs are my best passers typically, just because they have more real estate.
Right. Yes.
So I don't necessarily want them on the inside every bloody time.
No, and it's like you don't know that kid. Like I grew up, the center of my 5th grade team didn't grow after 5th grade. Like, swear to God, like it's like, it's just,
I was the opposite.
Know.
I've been 5'11" all my life, pretty much. Like, since I was 13, I turned 5'11" and I stopped.
You stopped.
And I was the tallest kid in school for the longest time, and then everybody got up.
Right. So that's why like then you're not allowing them to complete their career. I know.
No. And the last 2 things are situational. So things like press breaks. Because we, as kids, especially the older teams, we can't press, and we've got to work on pressing. So we learn how breaking. You have to. Right. If you don't know how to press, you can't run a break, because you don't have if you don't have a good press, you're not getting your breaks ain't going to be very good either. So situational, like inbounds plays under the bucket. Like I've been trying to follow some advice for the teach hoops. It's like a lot more situational end of game situations. I try to emulate what happened in the last game, how we might want to run it this time.
Yes.
If it's a close game. How even situations like, okay, I want to run out the clock. What does that look like? Like, the kids don't know that. You can't say, hey, slow things down. That doesn't mean a thing to them.
They have no idea, and they don't like and a minute is like, they'll think that's like 17 years. It's crazy. Like, we'll do that on the clock. We'll do that. Obviously a high school coach, so I can do it on the clock and do it. When I was youth coach, I just counted down. All right, 30, 29, 28, just so they would get the feeling of that. And it is crazy how they don't know. Yeah, they don't know that they shouldn't be dribbling all the time. They shouldn't be doing some of those things. I think I think it's an underutilized skill set, I think.
Yeah. And then I usually try to wrap it up with some game time, because again, they don't get a ton of it. So scrimmaging, but I try to go as fast as we can at the time, using everything we learned that day. And I try to track rebounds and tips. So I'm not actually caring really what they're doing in that. I'm saying, okay, are you guys rebounding, boxing out, and deflecting into steals and tips? Like, are you being aggressive on defense? Because I found early on, whenever I ran scrimmage, they were playing rec ball scrimmage, if you know what I mean, right? Pickup scrimmage. Right. So they really didn't want to play defense, because they didn't want to frustrate the other, their friends, and they didn't want to make them look bad. So I was like, no. We, loose balls, chases, rebound, and like the contact stuff. That is what our scrimmage is about. It's just so you get comfortable with it. Like, double teaming our guys, inside double team. Like, I want that guy to learn what it's like to have 2 guys clamp on top of him. Right. And have a feeling. But I can't get that in sort of a,
you're trying to stimulate, you're trying to basically make game like situations, and that's what you want them to feel that. In a safe environment. So if they turn it over, it's like, well, why do we do that? So it's that learning curve through failure, but you want the failure to be not in a game necessarily. It's hopefully the failure can happen in practice.
Exactly.
Where do you practice? You practice at like elementaries? Where are most of your practices?
Well, so I have elementary schools typically for my young kids, the very young ones, but usually high school or junior high school. We're, there's some fairly good schools here in our area, so we're kind of lucky.
Yeah. And is it not space? Do you ever have to share? You never have to share. You have the court to yourself.
Not since the end of the pandemic. We've been able to get enough facilities, so that's been good. So yeah, the gym coordinator for our association matches the teams to adjustable rims for places that need it, that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, I'm gonna go through and ask you some quick questions here. I'm sure some of these we'll dive into. What's your favorite brand of basketball? Your actual ball that you use?
FIBA Molten. Okay. Believe it or not, yeah, the Molten balls. They're I probably because nothing makes the other coaches bark a little bit than having to bring in your game balls. One of those, because they're like, it's different. Like, but we practice with it.
Yeah, no, every practice is. One word to describe your ideal player.
Gritty.
If you go to one sporting event in the world for free, what would you go to?
Oh, it's pretty easy. NCAA finals. Yeah.
It's unbelievable. I've been to a couple. It's unbelievable.
Oh wow. Yeah, no, definitely would like to be there.
Yeah, unbelievable. Everyone should go. It's better to watch it at home, but the whole league, it's pretty cool. Favorite pregame or postgame meal?
Pregame or postgame meal? Pregame, usually it's breakfast, like a breakfast burrito or something like that.
Okay.
Breakfast and coffee, then I'm ready to go.
Okay. One thing you do to relax.
Fish. I fish. I boat and I fish. Yeah.
What do you fish?
Well, we fish both walleye, jack, perch. Yeah. I have a boat I built that's at a lake that I just recently got a lake lot property, and I've been able to save up enough over the years to get a property. So I just hop on the boat, go fishing. So
that's awesome. I took my son when he was probably 10 or 11 to Canada fishing. It was awesome. It was like it's like crazy. Yeah.
Well, it's such a short season here. Like there's still ice on the lake in the end of May. And it gets bloody cold by September sometimes.
The window is that's why there's so many.
So it's a real treat here.
Why there's so many walleye up there. Do you have any superstitions?
No, none really.
Okay. One coaching technique you consider important?
Talking with parents very early about expectations.
Often
and early, but I write a mail, and then I'll do updates, and I talk with the parents because it's a partnership, right? The kids will just agree with everything you say. The parents will not, and if you don't explain it, you're gonna breed something you're not like.
Parents aren't rational people. Let me just tell you, they're not rational because they love their kids.
Very emotional.
Very emotional. Describe your perfect player in 5 words.
Gritty, leader, reliable.
Okay. Best basketball player of all time.
Jokic.
Oh yeah. I didn't hear you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. He hasn't got many votes. Couple votes. MJ gets a lot of votes. Let me tell you. If you could only teach one skill at practice, what would you teach?
Rebounding.
Shot clock, yes or no?
Yes.
Do you have the shot clock in Canada?
Yeah, it's just nobody's operating it, so the refs just kind of gauge it, and then they'll give you a 10-second countdown when I think it's getting long.
Okay. So like the high school, they have it, but
the high school they have it.
When you're 13, you tend to use it. Okay.
No.
If you could change one thing about the game of basketball, what would you change?
No, I don't have a strong opinion about changing it.
I do.
Here's
get rid of the jump ball.
Really?
Yep. It's stupid. There's one jump ball, unless there's overtime. One jump ball. And the officials are horrible at tossing.
Because we don't have the whole ball in this situation anymore.
So what it should be is visiting team gets the ball to start, done.
Oh yeah, I could get behind that. Wouldn't
hurt me because the problem is we don't practice it. We it's once a game unless it's an overtime. What's the point? I mean, I understand. Oh, it's like they used to go to. Well, that's where they all. I go. That's not a reason to keep something.
You mean tradition? The tradition of it, yeah.
It's like people used to go to school in horse and buggies too. It's like that. Things change, people. Like,
I don't think anybody would cry too hard if it happened.
I just don't know why it hasn't happened. Like it should just be uniform in the world. The visiting team gets the ball to start. Period. Right. Jump ball's gone. Now the NBA does all the jump balls. That's the problem.
Yeah. I don't think it's hard to learn the idea of it, right? No, it doesn't take a long time to figure out.
Best game you've seen in person.
I don't get to go see pro games. I've seen one pro game in my life, in Miami. So I tend to watch college games, high school games, and a lot of community games.
Yeah, that's okay.
So
maybe you don't have one. You should go. You gotta go see Giannis. I took my son in November to see Giannis play, and it's like that. He's not a normal human being. He's abnormal. Like stats teacher.
I can only imagine.
There's I explained this in my stats class. There's one Giannis. There's 7.5 billion people in the world, and there's one of him.
He is
not normal. And they go
the Greek freak.
I go, he's not normal. He runs like a gazelle, and he's 6'11".
Where he picks up the ball on a dunk, like he's past the free throw line.
And it's
1-2, and it's like
wonderful human being, does amazing things for the community.
I loved his post game interview.
Yes, he's just a wonderful, but he's not normal. He's abnormal. And when you see him, it's like seeing LeBron or Kobe. It's like, what? How do you?
Well, the way we do this with our kids, we have our kids and we're trying to show them game speed. So we often get EYBA often gets there's a pro group in Edmonton called the Edmonton Stingers basketball club,
right?
And they give us tickets, so we get to have these tickets. And I take these kids to watch that, and these kids are just all our kids are just their jaws are open, can't believe how fast and how high. To them, that's between us and Giannis. That's the same difference between an 8-year-old and
it is. It's like Giannis. If you've ever played Nerf basketball, that's what playing basketball is like for him. I swear to God. Put it on the back of your door and you play Nerf basketball with your friends. That's what it must feel like for him. It's crazy.
It's almost alien.
It is. It's just not. Quarters or halves?
Quarters.
Favorite quarter saying?
Favorite quote? Which one was it? I have a few that I think you
sent me. What did you send?
It was Steve Nash's.
Yes, it was.
You're never more alive than when you give something everything you have. Which I try to remind kids on the court all the time is if you're only going to get this game once. Let's put everything you got into it. See how you feel.
I love that. One word to describe your coaching style.
Stubborn.
Best basketball coach of all time.
Gino Oriana.
Now that's a loaded question. One book. If you could read one book. I was going to ask the jump ball one. I'm not going to ask that one. So I'm going to skip it. One book you'd recommend.
How to Fail at Almost Everything and Still Succeed by Scott Adams. Nothing to do with basketball per se, but it's a lot to do with.
I don't know if I've read that book. Say that again.
How to? He's got a few of it. Sorry, How to Fail at Almost Everything and Still Win Big. That's the proper title. How
First
to fail.
You have to fail. That's a given. Failure is a must in a learning process.
At almost everything. Well, Scott Adams he's a cartoon for Dilbert. He has a very interesting career.
Okay.
He believes in systems over goals and building skill stacks over pure mastery. And it talks to me particularly because I'm working with kids that I don't know if they're not going to be college players. A couple of them have been, but not a lot. Right. And you got to, what are you trying to give these kids? And I love the idea of systems over goals because what good's a goal for at that age level? They're not going to remember the game.
I love that.
But the system, if you show them systems, that goes year to year, and skill stacks that applies in all levels of life. So.
Okay. My last question for everybody that I interview is what would be the bit of advice you would tell your younger self? What would you tell your young?
Don't take so long, realizing that long-term is good.
What do you mean by that?
I wasn't always certain that taking a multi-season, multi-year approach would be satisfying as a coach, right? Because you're giving up some stuff for that. You're giving up some real intensity and that'll work out. But I get to see now that I've coached kids for not a very long time, but a lot of kids, seeing them develop and move and grow. So I had one kid who couldn't score a basket to best kid on the team the next year. Seeing that progression and having a little bit of say in it, having a little bit of influence that they did that with me, not despite me. As a coach, I really worry about that. Are they getting better because of me or despite me?
Right.
And if has my philosophy been good? So if I could tell my younger self, hey, the philosophy you adopted to go longer term with your vision, it's really satisfying. It's really worth it.
I love that. All right, thank you, Coach. I thank you for taking the time out of your day. I really do appreciate it.
My pleasure.
All right, thank you.
Hey everybody, I hope you're enjoying the podcast. Make sure you subscribe, like. We love those. And send me an email, steve@teachhoops.com. Tell me what you want to hear in the future. Also go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. Have a great day.
NFL football season is here, which means when you switch to Verizon, it feels like touchdown. Because you get NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube on us when you buy an eligible 5G phone on select unlimited plans, which means you can watch every out-of-market game every Sunday afternoon. And it's all on us. Now that's the Verizon way to kick off the NFL football season right. Switch and get NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube on us. Only with Verizon.
The right window treatments change everything. Your sleep, your privacy, the way every room looks and feels. At Blinds.com, we've spent 30 years making it surprisingly simple to get exactly what your home needs. We've covered over 25 million windows and have 50,000 five-star reviews to prove we deliver. Whether you DIY it or want a pro to handle everything from measure to install, we have you covered. Real design professionals, free samples, zero pressure. Right now, get up to 45% off site-wide, plus get a free professional measure at Blinds.com. Rules and restrictions apply.